360 Mortgage Solutions. So as promised, I wanted to jump on today and share a budgeting tip or technique that I use, and it's something that I learned way back in when I first started working for one of the major banks, and it's something that's really stuck with me because it works really well. So the first step that you need to do is to analyze or work out what your actual budget is. So what that basically means is working out what you're currently spending on everything throughout the year. Now this is things from groceries to haircuts, all the way through to your car tires and services on your cars. So the best thing to use when you're doing that is something like a spreadsheet. I do have an Excel spreadsheet, which is really good at working out or breaking down all the different categories, and you can amend the categories based on what you spend your money on, but it gives you a good basis to work off to find out what your monthly living expense is. So once you've worked out what your budget is, it will give you a monthly living expense. So your monthly living expense is the amount of money you need each month to live your life and the lifestyle that you're used to. So this includes currently going out for dinner if that's what you do, Netflix or Foxtel subscription if that's what you have, and so on and so forth. The spreadsheet will also tell you what your monthly surplus or negative amount is. So it will take into account what your income is, minus all your living expenses, and what are you left with at the end of the day. Now it's always nice to have a healthy little bit left over because obviously, as we all know, things pop up that are unaccounted for. So there might be a school excursion for the kids or a family holiday that you decide to do, or something like that you haven't accounted for. So it's always nice to have a bit of a buffer. Once you know what your monthly living expense is, you'll know how much each pay you need to put aside for that monthly living expense. And the best thing I do, or the best thing I'd recommend, is to go through and work out what in there is a bill or expense that is not negotiable. So it will not change. And then what in there is discretionary. And make sure that you've got accounts set up for those two different expenses. So for example, you might need $500 per pay to go into your bills account, and that's going to cover things like rates, electricity, phone bill, etc. And then you might have your discretionary account, which $300 a pay goes into, and that covers things like getting your hair done or taking the kids on to Dreamworld for the day. So effectively by doing this, you're prepaying your monthly living expense as you go, which means when things like rates notices or car registration come up, you've got the money in your bills account ready to be paid. So there's no more scrounging around thinking, where am I going to get this money from? How can I come up with such a large sum in the next 4 weeks? The other benefit is, once you've paid all your bills, all your discretionary expenses into their different accounts, whatever's left over, that's your money. So that could go into a savings account. It might be you're saving it up to splurge on a night out on the town or whatever you like. But you basically know you've got all your bills money put aside, anything left over is yours. So I hope that budgeting tip helps. It certainly works, but if you want more information, don't hesitate to contact me. And if you'd love a copy of my Excel spreadsheet, then just pop in a comment below. Other than that, guys, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will talk to you all soon. Cheers.